عدنا إليكم أعزائي الطلبة من جديد، وأنتم تتلقون تعليمكم عبر هذه الشاشة الفضية، والتي نسعد أيضا بالتواصل معكم من خلال أرقام الهاتف. وصلنا إلى مادة اللغة الإنجليزية وتحديدا المهارات، ومعنا أيضا أستاذ بدر بن حمد العدوي، معلم مادة اللغة الإنجليزية والقادم من مدينة الرستاق. أهلا وسهلا بك أستاذ.
بارك الله فيك، أهلا وحياك.
يعطيك العافية والصحة، فرصة سعيدة أن تشرفنا اليوم في البرنامج وتسجل اسمك في هذا البرنامج.
وأنا أسعد بذلك وشاكر لك جزيل الشكر على هذه المقدمة الطيبة.
الله يعطيك العافية والصحة.
بارك الله فيك أستاذ.
إذا أستاذي، قبل ظهورنا على الهواء كأنك ذكرت بأن القواعد اليوم سنأخذ في شيء من قواعد اللغة الإنجليزية
إن شاء الله تعالى
في القواعد
بحول الله تعالى. إن شاء الله تعالى راح نركز اليوم على مهارة الجرامر، وهي تتكلم عن الكوانتيفايرز، نسميه احنا الكم أو الكميات بحول الله تعالى. وإن شاء الله تعالى راح يستمتع المشاهدين والطلاب بهذا الحصة إن شاء الله.
أتوقع أنك تابعت برنامج درس على الهواء.
تابعت بعض الحلقات، عندي فكرة عنه.
جميل جدا.
وإن شاء الله تعالى جاهزين.
تفضل أستاذ الكريم، إذن الكلمة والصورة لك.
بارك الله فيك أستاذنا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف خلق الله سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم everyone. As long as we can start, we should shift to English, as you know. Inshallah ta'ala, we are going to talk about unit 7C. Inshallah ta'ala, we are going to tackle some points and objectives in this unit, which is about quantifiers. But before we start, I need from the students to download the Kahoot. And inshallah ta'ala, at the end of this session, we have a quiz. And as you know, your name will be showed on TV. And we have here PIN code. So please, all students, you have to post this code. And please, brothers and sisters, be ready at the end of this lesson. At the end of this lesson, I expect most of the students will be able to form and structure some sentences using words of quantity. And also, I expect that they will be able to differentiate between different words of a quantity. Let us start with our lesson. What are quantifiers? So, brothers and sisters, have you heard about this word? Do you have any idea about quantifiers? Actually, quantifiers is a derivational word, is forming from quantity. So it's coming from the word quantity, and the quantity means al-kam or al-kamiyya. For example, like we said, how much, how many, a lot of, lots of, we have plenty of, we have few, a little, a few, a little. So all these words are called quantifiers, quantifiers. Now, inshallah ta'ala, we are going to divide the quantity into groups. We have how many, and also we have how much. So let us gonna start with the first type, which is how many. Please have a look at the green words here. When we said how many points have you scored, it can be seen that how many is followed by countable nouns. What does it mean, countable? It means that we can count the nouns. Maybe when we say that, how many students are in the class? So we can count them. Maybe they are 25 students, maybe they are 30 students. So the idea here that we can count them. Another example, how many days are left to school? How many cards have you got? Maybe you got 5 cards or 10 cards. So it means that we can count them. While how much should be followed by uncountable nouns. So we should followed by uncountable nouns. Have a look here for the blue words. Like how much, like what, as we said, uncountable means that we cannot count them. For example, like money, like milk, like the sugar, coffee. So all these words we can't count them. So how much should be followed by uncountable nouns. We can say that, how much milk do you drink every day? How much coffee did you drink yesterday? So the idea here, the difference between how many and how many should be followed by the countable nouns, and how much should be followed by uncountable nouns. All right? Let us move to the next slide. We are going to talk about quantifiers themselves. Here we have 2 dimensions, 2 groups of quantifiers. We have small amount, and also we have large amount. We are going to start with the first dimension, which is about small amount. Actually, small amount can be expressed and indicated by the words a few. Also, we can say few, a little. Also, we can say little. Also, we can say few. Too few, and also we can say too little. So as far as small amount can be indicated by these words like a few, a little, little, too few, and too little. And inshallah ta'ala, we are going to differentiate what is the difference between a few and few, and also what is the difference between a little and little, and also too few and too little. While also we have large amount can be indicated and expressed by the words much, when we say how much, how many, a lot of. For example, we have also plenty of, we have lots of, also we have a majority of, we have a large number of, we have as we say, a great deal of. So inshallah ta'ala, we are going to explain more later on in the coming slides. First, we are going to talk about the small amount. Here we have an example about the small quantities. Small quantities like a few and a little. We are going to differentiate what is the difference between a few and a little. It can be seen that a few is followed by countable nouns, CDs. Let's say boys, we can say boys, tables, students, chairs, sisters. So here the idea that we can count it. While little, if you notice that, is followed by uncountable nouns like water, like milk, as we said before, coffee, tea, sugar, salt, and so on. So here we have some examples. I have a few CDs, which means that I don't have many CDs, but it's enough. It's enough for me. Another example, there are a few seats left. Maybe there are still remaining 5 seats, which means that it's not many, but it's enough. We can count them. We can count them. Maybe we will say that Sarah has a few flowers. Look here at this word a little. I need a little water, which means that I don't have much water, but it's enough for me. With a little effort, we will pass the exam. If you notice that effort and water are uncountable noun. So the idea here in general, a few should be followed by countable nouns, and the a little should be followed by uncountable nouns, and both of them giving the positive meaning, positive connotation. That's it. Let's move to next slide. So now here we are going to differentiate between few and a few, a little and little, too little and too few. Look at this example. Few people came to the charity. And look at the next one. A few people came to the charity. So what is the difference between the first one and the second one? If you notice that the first one without an article a, so there is no a, which means that few people came to the charity. It means that is not enough people who came to the charity, and it gives you the negative connotation, negative meaning. So if you can see at this face that he is not satisfied, he is not happy about the number of people who came to the charity. But the next one, which is precede with an article a, it gives you the opposite meaning, which is totally different. A few people came to the charity. It means that, yeah, it's not many people, but enough people who came to the charity. Maybe they came 5, 10, 15, and that's, I'm happy, I'm satisfied with the number of people who came to the charity. So here it's enough, and it gives you the positive connotation and meaning. Let us move to the second one, which is about the difference between little and a little. The same here. If you can see that, I am sorry, I speak little French. I speak little French, which is followed by uncountable noun. I am sorry, I speak a little French. So what is the difference between little and a little? Also here, little gives the negative meaning, which means that it's not that much, and I can't understand you. Yeah, you can speak little French, but it's not enough to understand you. But in the second one, I am sorry, I speak a little French, which means that, yeah, you speak little French and it's enough to understand you. So I am happy and satisfied about what you are saying, and I can understand you. So in general, in brief, that the words which don't proceed with an article a, like few and little, give the negative meaning, which means that it's not enough, and you can also, maybe it's not completed even. But a few and a little still is not that much, is not that many, but it's enough, and you can be happy and satisfied about what you have. Let us move to the next. Also here we have more example. The difference between a few and few. Look at this example. He has a few good friends. Look at friends. It is countable, which means that, yeah, I don't have many friends, but it's enough for me, and I am happy about the number of friends that I have. Yeah, not many, but it's enough for me. While here we have, I have got few friends. I feel lonely, which means that I don't have enough friends, even though that I am not happy and I feel lonely about myself, so I need more friends. The idea here, a few, is coming with the positive meaning, and here few is, which means that gives you the negative connotation. Yes, we are going to complete with the next slide. Also here he is comparing between a little and little. We know that a little or little is followed by uncountable noun, but there is, a little difference between them. The difference between a little and little. Have a look here at this example. Would you like a little water? He's asking, yeah, we don't have much water, but it's enough for you to drink. He's asking, there is a water here, and if you want to drink, yeah, you are more than welcome. So it is not that much, but it's enough for you to drink. So positive meaning. It gives you the positive connotation here. While here he said that I have drank little water this morning. He means that he drank, so I have drank little water this morning, which means that he drank water this morning, but he feels that it's not enough and he wants more water to drink. So here gives you the negative meaning. So that he is not happy and satisfied with himself. Also we have here, he is talking about too few and too little. It is noticeable that this word too has a bigger meaning, which means that it is very less than you expected, very less than you expected, and you totally you are not happy and satisfied. And also here the same for the too little. For example here, I don't like this book. Why? Because there are too few pictures in it. That's why I don't like this book, because I'm not happy with the amount of pictures, and I expect that I will find many pictures. That's why he doesn't like this book. Look at this example also here. Too little. The trip was cancelled because there was too little interest in it. So here no one interest for the trip, and let's say he is disappointed, and maybe he expected that he will find let's say people who joining the trip, but let's say there is little people who has an interest for the trip. So in general, too few and too little express the negative meaning, that he got the less things than he expected. Here guys, we have a task. Let us practice, and you have to open your book on page 105, and here I need from you to fill in by using the words a small amount, like a few, too few, as we know that is followed by countable nouns. And here we have a little, little, or too little. First, you have to read carefully, and then you have to think and look for the noun. Is it countable? Is it uncountable? That it will aid for you the right answer. So I'll give you, let's say, moments to read, and then inshallah ta'ala we are going to answer the questions together. Look at the first one. There is boy trying to persuade him. His mind is already made up. So there is boy trying to persuade him. There is a chance to change his, let's say, his opinion, his mind, even that his mind is already made up. It's very difficult to change his decision. So if you notice here, the point in this sentence is uncountable, which means that there is little. There is little point trying to persuade him. His mind is already made up. Look at number 2. Try to read and you try to give the appropriate answer. Look here. I have ideas that I would like to share with you, if that's okay. So I have here said ideas, which is countable. Since it is countable, so the answer will be a few or too few. I have ideas that I would like to share with you, if that's okay. So it means that, yeah, I am happy to share my ideas with you. Since it is the positive meaning, it gives you the positive connotation, so the answer will be a few. All right. The third one, I have time now if you want to talk about it. So I have still much time, or I still have time, and I am very, let's say, happy to talk with you, so to have a conversation with you. So the answer here, I have a little. I have a little time, because time is uncountable noun, and also this is positive connotation. The fourth, the train takes 2 hours, the bus takes a bit longer. There is difference. So here the train takes 2 hours and the bus takes a bit longer. Is not that much different. So is not that much different. So it's, let's say, it is not even that which can change my mind to, let's say, to leave the bus. So the answer is little bit difference. So there is not that much difference. The answer is little. The answer is little. Number 5, there are people waiting outside. Shall I ask them to come in? So there are number of people are waiting outside, which means that, yeah, there are, the appropriate answer is a few. A few, because we can count them, and also this is positive. It gives us the positive meaning. Number 6, everyone would like to write a novel, but ever do. So everyone would like to write a novel. So here a novel is countable, but no one can try, or it's not enough to write a novel, which means that this is negative connotation. So the answer, even that is not even, this is not even, is not completed, and is not enough to, no one, let's say, want to write a novel. So this is negative connotation. So the answer is few. Again, number 6. Everyone would like to write a novel, but no one can't, or no one can practice to write a novel. So that's why it's not enough to do it. The answer is few, so this is negative. Number 7. We can't make a decision yet. Why? We have information. Information is uncountable, so the answer it will be a little or too little. But why we can't make a decision? Because we have too little information. Too little information. Even that less you expected, we don't have much information. So you are disappointed, and also you are not satisfied with this situation. The last one here, we don't have enough people to form a team. So we want, let's say, play football, and we should form a team. But we don't have enough people, which means that here the people, countable, which means that is not, as we said, enough people, as even it's not completed. So the answer is, people is countable, so the answer is too few. So this is very negative, and it's not enough, and even that, as we said, we can't, it's not completed, it's not completed. So this is the task here, and let us move to the second part of quantifiers. So guys, we just have done the first part of quantifiers, which is about, as we said, small amount. Let us move to the second part, as we said, large amount. Large amount of nouns can be expressed and indicated by the words, number of different expressions, depending on the formality. Here we have some expressions, like what? Words like lots of and a lot of. Lots of and a lot of, mainly they have the same meaning, but they are different in, let's say, in formality, depending on the formality of the situation. For example, lots of is less formal, and mainly we use it for speaking. A lot of is little bit more formal, and actually we use it in writing when you want to write a formal letter. When you want to write a formal letter. Also here we have plenty of, which means that you have a number of or amount of things that more than you expect. You have amount of things more than you expect. أكثر من اللازم، أكثر من المحدود. Also we have a large number of, we have a large amount of. Most of them can be used for both countable and uncountable nouns. And inshallah ta'ala, we are going to interpret more and explain about what is the difference between a large number of and a large amount of. Also we have a great deal of, and also we have the majority of. The majority of, and all these expressions and words are expressing the large amount of nouns. Let us talk and differentiate what is the difference between a lot of and lots of. It can be seen that a lot of and lots of have the same meaning, and also they, let's say, both expressions can be used with countable and uncountable nouns. So a lot of and lots of can be used for both countable and uncountable nouns. The only differ in formality, as we said before, a lot of is what? More formal, is more formal. But as we said, there were a lot of people in the market this morning, which means that there are many people in the market is going for shopping. As we said, it's a little bit more formal, but there are lots of people. There are lots of people, which means that also there are many people, and as we said, it used mainly for informal, especially for speaking, All right. Let's move to the next slide. We have plenty of. Plenty of also indicates that there are more of something than expected. There are more things than you expected. There are many things, a large number of things than you expect. أكثر من المتوقع. Look at, he said, wow, which is there were plenty of people on the beach. So there are many people on the beach than you expect. Thank you very much. So again, there were plenty of people on the beach, which means that there are, a number of people on the beach, but what? More than you expect. The second one, we have got plenty of time, which means that I got much time, more than I expect. If you notice here, people is countable and time is uncountable. So plenty of, we can use it for countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Let's move to the next. A large number of, a great deal of, we have a large amount of, and the majority of. So most of them express the large amount. But here, if you notice that most of them can be used for both, for countable and uncountable. For example, here, the majority of, we can use it for both, for the countable and uncountable. Also a large number of, a great deal of, we can use it for both, but a large amount, وهو الكمية, here we use it for uncountable nouns. Yes guys, here we have a task, we have an activity. You have to open your book on page 106. We need to fill these words which is related to the large amount. So the words are like lots of, a lot of, plenty of, a great deal of, the majority of. So the words and expressions that we learned about the large amount of nouns. Have a look at the first one. I need from all of the students to read and think carefully. Before they answer, they should choose the appropriate answer. Here you have to look at the countable, you have to look at the noun, if it is countable or uncountable nouns. Look at number one. Do you have another biscuit? I have got them in the kitchen. So this is not a question, this is an imperative sentence. He said, do have another biscuit. كأنك تقول هنا تفضل خذ بعدك حبة. I have got them in the kitchen. So the best answer for this sentence said lots of or plenty of, which is many. Number two, we have been informed that rock and mud has fallen onto the road. If you notice that this sentence is a little bit more formal, he is telling that rock and mud has fallen into the road, which is mixturing between the rock and mud. So here we can say the best answer. You said what? A large number, or we can we say a large number of, or a large amount of. We can say the majority of also. So we can choose one of these, the majority of, or a large amount of, of. But a large number of, it can be both for countable and uncountable nouns. So we say a large number, or a large amount of, or the majority of. You can choose one of these expressions. Number 3, our students go on to study at university. Here, if you notice that it is little bit more formal, our students, and also this is countable nouns. So the best answer for this sentence, what do you think, guys? I think it will be a lot of, or plenty of. Plenty of. So this a lot of and plenty of is expressed the formal things, and a large number more than you expect. So this is positive connotation. Look at number 4. Hey mom, there are nice things to buy in this shop. It can, if you notice that here there is informal relationship between the mom and the mom and her daughter, or the mom and her son. So since it is informal, we use there are. The best answer, or the appropriate answer, is lots of, or plenty of. This is informal relationship between the mother and her children. The next, this cafe has got different types of tea to choose from it. Here he is talking about not the tea itself, he is talking about types of tea. They are walking on the street and they found a cafe, so he said this cafe has got also lots of, or plenty of, because this is informal relationship. So now we have, guys, let's go this. We have a quiz in Kahoot. I need all of the students. Please post this number, let's say in your mobile phone or it's in your laptop. We have a quiz which is related to our lesson. So I'll give you a chance, or let's say 1 minute, to post this number. So now, until now. What is the number there? الرقم ظاهر لي.
55.
لا أقصد المشاركين بلاير سير. لأن هنا ما يظهر عندي.
ما ظهر عندي. طيب ما رأيك ناخذ اتصال
وسنعود
لنكمل. معنا غسان. السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
حياك الله يا غسان. متابع الأستاذ بدر في
إيه
درس
نعم،
اليوم؟
متابع عنه باستمرار.
طيب تفضل بسؤالك يا غسان، أستاذ بدر يسمعك.
أستاذ بدر، معي سؤال.
تفضل غسان.
إيه، هنا في التاسك 7 نفسه يجينا في الاختبار النهائي ولا يجينا اختار يعني بس؟ لأنه إذا جانا مثل ذا هنا مثل ما لاحظت إنه إجابات متعددات نفس الإجابة يعني مرتين.
نعم.
هذا يثير شك فينا يعني كطلاب.
طيب واضح غسان. طبعا غسان أحد طلابي في المدرسة. الإجابة أعطي بالإنجليزي ولا عادي؟
بالإنجليزي.
يلا بالإنجليزي. جميل. The answer is actually the grammar is not included in the final exam, but here you have to focus on writing. If you choose for the formality, actually in the writing you have to use the formal way of writing, especially let's say in the email. So let's say you can't say that lots of, you have to choose a lot of, and actually most of them can be used both for the countable and uncountable nouns. So we can accept most of the answer if it is are correct. So here you have to focus on the way of formality. That's it. Yes.
شكرا جزيلا وشكرا ايضا لغسان، موفق. ناخذ ايضا نادر معنا على الخط. السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام، كيف الحال؟
الحمد لله بخير يا نادر، كيفك مع الدراسة والمذاكرة؟
كيف حالكم؟ بخير
الحمد لله بخير، الله يحفظك ويسلمك.
الله يعطيك العافية. أنا عندي بس استفسار بس بسيط. الله يعطيك العافية.
تفضل أستاذ بدر يسمعك، تفضل.
الله يعطيك العافية. هذا الموضوع يعني الأستاذ في بعض المدارس، والله بعمرك ما دام الحين المدارس متوقفة في محافظة ظفار وفي محافظة مسقط، يطلبون من ولي الأمور يدفعون الأقساط مال المدارس الخاصة. كيف يدفعون الأقساط والطلاب ما هم دومين؟ ارفع هذا الكلام الى معالي وزير التربيه والتعليم، يا ريت اذا كانت تسمعني.
نعم.
تعمل على جميع المدارس.
نعم.
كيف يدفعون اقساط الدوام والدوام موقفات مع المدارس الخاصه.
نعم. بدر
جزاكم الله خير.
عفوا
نادر لكن يخص هذا الموضوع.
نادر
الى معالي الوزير
نعم.
انها تنظر
يا نادر، نشكرك جزيلا يا نادر، لكن نحن يعني هذا الوقت مخصصين فقط لدرس اللغه الانجليزيه، وايضا زملائك الطلبة كما تعلم بأنهم حريصين على أساس أن أيضا يستفيدوا من كل ما يطرح لهم من خلال هذا الدرس. لأن أما بالنسبة للموضوع الذي تفضلت فيه فبإمكان أيضا من خلال القنوات الخاصة، وبإمكان أيضا المتابعة فيه عن طريق التواصل الاجتماعي، وفي مقدمتهم طبعا تويتر. فشكرا جزيلا لك، وملاحظتك أكيد يعني مسموعة ووصلت. شكرا. تفضل أستاذ.
Yes. Let us start our quiz. Go to the yes. So we'll see how many participants there is. We'll start now. علق.
ناخذ مكالمة.
Just 1 minute.
طيب ناخذ هذا الاتصال استاذي.
تفضل استاذنا.
معنا ايضا يوسف. طبعا نحن نؤكد اعزائي الطلبه فيما يتعلق بدرس اليوم حتى ايضا يكون الاستاذ مركز معكم في الاجابه ويعطيكم الاجابه الدقيقه. معنا يوسف على الخط. السلام عليكم يوسف.
وعليكم السلام. Yes, I was watching this topic today regarding quantifier, and I noticed that you give us a summary of how to use plenty of, lots of, and some of. But my question is, can you give us also summary how to use the little and few and some in some example? Because many people, they doing mistakes when there's two of them, comparing between when we use some of and little of and few of. We need a summary.
Did you hear? واضح ما سمعت طبعا.
عفوا يوسف، ممكن الصوت غير واضح، ممكن تعيد السؤال لأن الصوت غير واضح كان بالنسبة للأستاذ.
Yes, I saw that you give us a summary mean the rule, how we use plenty of and a lot of, right?
Of and a lot of.
Blend, yeah, lots of, and yeah. Now,
My question is, I want also if you can provide me when we use a sum of and little of and few of, summary. Rule, we call it rule.
yeah, it's clear now. Actually, as we said before, is most of them has the, we can use it for both, for countable and uncountable nouns. But the only different in the formality, depending on the situation. As we said, the lots of use is used for, let's say, when we speak. We have speaking, so we have lots of coffee, we have lots of milk, we have, as we said, lots of water. That's it. But when you say, what is there? Lots of and, I don't know.
Some.
Not lots of, some of and few and little of.
Yeah. Few, we explained, and before we said that few is which means that is not enough, which means that we have few things, not many, and it's not enough to complete.
Okay.
Yeah. And what else you said?
Some.
Again?
Some.
Some.
So there's a word is one of quantifiers. We
Yeah.
call it some. Like we can say, we have some.
Yeah, yeah.
Oranges
Some,
on the
we use it
fridge.
for the countable nouns, as we said. Some students are, let's say, some students are going to the school. So maybe there are 25, there are 30. So when we say how many students are in the class, there are 25 students. So some come followed with the countable nouns.
Okay, so for your quantifier, it means there's a lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of things.
What about not many?
Not
Many.
This
is one of quantifier. There's a many and not many. When we use many, like example, we say there's a many schools are closed these days, and we can say we saw when I go to the kitchen, I saw there's not many water in the fridge. So when we use many and when we use not many.
Yeah. As I understand from your question, this is one is negative.
عذرا استاذ قبل ما تجيب على السؤال، ممكن تعمل ريفرش للصفحه لان
how you can make it
فوق. ايوه فوق جوجل كروم هناك فوق في الاعلى استاذ. ريفرش يعني
this one
في الاعلى، في الاعلى جنب العنوان بالضبط. ريفرش.
make it refresh. So if it is not working, we can cancel the.
اوكي نرجع لسؤال.
Okay. طلعت خير شيء. Yes. So maybe it's cancelled. As I understand from his question, that one of them is used for negative meaning. It gives you the not many things, which means that is not completed. Not many.
Okay.
It's many, few or many, but not enough to use or to complete. But when we say many things, that there is many, a lot of things. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So can you write the rule for the many and not many, same like you show us the rule of plenty of and the rule how to use a lot of? Can you write also for us the rule for the many and not many, please?
Yeah, I understand. how to, as I said before, lots of or plenty of these are these we can use it for both countable and uncountable nouns. When we said plenty of students are attending the class, so this is countable things. Yeah, but when we said also a lot of, so a lot of the students are attending the class or attend the class. So here is formal way. So countable nouns. Also he said that the majority of which is al-kamiyya, which is uncountable, the majority of water, the majority of, let's say, milk, the majority of let's say the sugar, which is related to uncountable nouns. أنا عندي مشكلة شوي في هذا.
طيب هو خلاص يبدو أن يعني وقت الدرس انتهى لدينا، ولهذا السبب أو لهذه الإشكالية التقنية إن شاء الله سنكمل في الحلقة القادمة.
That's all what I have today. I hope all of my students, all of the students have learned about quantifiers, and I wish you all the best of luck, and thank you very much for watching.
شكرا جزيلا لك الأستاذ بدر بن حمد العدوي، معلم مادة اللغة الإنجليزية، وأيضا شكرا للمتصل الأخير الطالب يوسف، ولجميع من تواصل معنا.